Well, welcome back, everybody, to another edition of SNG Now. Of course, this is the show, for those of you who are just tuning in for the first time, where we talk about the work at SNG Studio. At SNG Studio, we do all kinds of stuff. We do visual effects, we do creatures, we do prosthetics, we do props, we do miniature work, and we make film production, and we're doing virtual reality. We do a lot of stuff, and we have a Patreon account that the link right here is for. And if you go to this page, you'll see things you can see there that are to the public. But in addition to that, if you pay $3 a month, which works out to being 10 cents a day, you'll have access to our articles. So I do write in-depth articles that tell you how to make, for instance, like the Moonwatcher mask that was used in 2001: A Space Odyssey, which is a gateway to doing an articulated creature mask with moving lips and movement, and how you work with all different materials, making a life mask, all that kind of thing to make that. We also cover miniature building, like this Voyager, which I've been working on and just finished for a client. We're doing an in-depth video on the new Mobius Discovery from 2001: A Space Odyssey, and a bunch of other stuff. In fact, we are just now got another job today from a client to build the Sea View from Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. But this one, like one I have, some of you have seen before, is going to be radio controlled. And this box right here has everything in it to build this model. Fittings. Most of these fittings and this cylinder were built by a very talented model maker and engineer and submariner named David Merriman, who I've learned a great deal of modeling from over the years. This is a very complete kit, but this kit is an aftermarket kit. In other words, this model originally was designed and made to be a display model, but David and other people too have found ways to make it a functioning radio-controlled model, which is pretty cool. And then David's made all these really nice little fittings, these connectors for making the appendages move, which are magnetic, so they connect to the servos inside here, which connect to the rudders and the dive planes. The really cool thing that I like about what David did for this, and by the way, these are all these parts you see here, these aftermarket parts to make this into a radio-controlled submarine, are offered by Bob Martin at the Nautilus Dry Docks. Great site, kind of a one-stop for everything you need to make radio-controlled submarines. And Bob's got a lot of great services, great videos about building them and how they go together, and showing you when they're finished how they actually submerge and work. But this right here is the little pump jet, which is a lot like an inducted fan, an electric jet, radio-controlled airplane jet. And this turns like this, and this actually creates the thrust from inside the cells, and this fits right in there, as you can see, rather well, as only David can do. Inside there like that, and then it turns and produces the thrust to move it forward and backwards. So this is really going to be an exciting build. I always like building these subs. This time you get to see one built from ground up. In fact, this kit even includes, this aftermarket kit includes, from Bob Martin at Nautilus Dry Docks, a lighting system for it. So you can light up the Cadillac tail lights, the interior up in front, and the lights underneath the rays, and the headlight in the front, and the deck, the sail lights on top of the sail. So that includes even that. Another thing I've always found interesting in that is that David Merriman actually helped develop this kit with the company, and there's inside here it talks about that, and it shows this is the original very large model that he restored that was actually used in the TV show and the movie as well. And you can see how big that model was. It was just huge. And this was all written and included in with this kit that Dave Merriman helped develop. So it's kind of fitting that all the components in it are also designed by him. So I've never built one that was entirely designed by him, so this is going to be a lot of fun to do. What else do we got going on here? We have Tyler and James working on the Millennium Falcon, which is going together slowly, but we did get a bunch of brass from Elliott Brown, which we're always appreciative of, to actually move on and start doing the detailed cockpit on. That's what we got going on. So we got this build coming up. We got Discovery, which will probably finish out next week. Voyager is finally done, is going to go to its happy home. And that pretty much concludes this week's SNG Now and what we've been up to. And I can't thank all of our followers, fans, and patrons at Patreon for supporting us and showing the support and love that they do. We love you back a whole bunch, and we can't wait to see you again next week.
Wait. What are you building for our patrons next week?
Oh boy, I was almost free, wasn't I? We're building Luna 1 from Destination Moon, and I'm going to build it one day right in front of your eyes, and I'm going to light it. There's one little light up there in the window, but I'm also going to have the engine lit up like it's just getting ready to take off from the moon. And that is going to be this month's giveaway to one of our patrons, one of our subscribers at our Patreon page, who are always entered in our monthly giveaway. So watch and enjoy the build. Again, thanks so much. We love you a bunch.